Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Geebz here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, doing a night session. Couldn't sleep, so I got up and kind of just turned on my system and started looking around, and up on the browser pops Meshuggah's latest release. I think latest release in as a video, but I believe this track, which is called They Move Below, let me take a look here. Yeah, it was released, part of that release in April, I think. So I just said, you know what, I'm feeling like gliding right now. Let me see what this is all about. I looked at a couple of comments, and I hear it's an instrumental. So even more fun. And so I'm looking forward to that. So just join me. I'm cruising. I don't have a cup of coffee because that's the last thing I need before trying to get back to sleep. So I'm just drinking water out of my grandson's cup here. So this is going to be an authentic chill session listening to Meshuggah's instrumental, They Move Below. So let's do this. All right. All right, I gotta pick a place here to stop, but man, that intro was so sick, man. I was so tripping out in here in on many different levels, but as far as the arrangements, the layering that they kept on adding and then pulling away, they set up 2 or 3 bass patterns that they kept going through that almost 2 minutes. It looks like, where am I right now? 3.5. So yeah, maybe maybe 2.5 minutes of that opening. And then they kept on adding and pulling different arrangements in and out. Very ethereal sounding, it was obviously really super clean guitar sounds, but, playing along with the picking pattern, the time, the Meshuggah and time and meter and stuff is, it's a blender. You never know what you're going to get, and something's going to come out at you. And they kept on playing around with the delays too. The delays and what the picking configuration was, also toying around with that. But as it broke into this heaviness, the first thing that came to my mind was, this is like a sense of, like, I want to say Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi style wisdom and maturity. And I'm not saying that like, well, they're maturing, they're becoming. No, it's as if we're watching in action these amazing musicians and stuff that started or at the very beginning of a genre setting style, and how they played and their power and their rhythm and the drums and everything, till they get to this place where I don't have enough experience with Meshuggah to see how many of tracks that started off quite like that. I don't know if any have. You guys tell me. But as far as I'm concerned, this was like that 20-year-old whiskey that's starting to come of age and stuff, kind of a thing. And then, of course, when they come into the power, obviously, the tones are a little different than they were at the very beginning. That's part of that trajectory. That's part of that. What I'm feeling is that, here we are now after X amount of years of where they've started. Even the tones have changed, production's changed, the engineering is matured along with it. And as far as I'm concerned, right now, I'm only, 3 minutes into a 9-minute piece. I'm absolutely just mesmerized by what's happening here. So I'm just going to keep going on. But I just had to talk about that opening. And I just, like, you guys tell me, if have they ever done an opening quite like that before? Is this precedent setting for them? So that's for you hardcore Meshuggah fans. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, gotta stop again. First of all, this video is absolutely mental. I also had read that something about AI on these things, it's an app or something. I don't know anything about it. Old man fail. I'm just sitting in my coconut watching the world go around. I don't know what's happening out there in the world. Let me something that I love about what I'm hearing as well is that this is kind of like a mood piece. And what I mean by that is is that it locks you into this kind of uneasy rhythmical arrangement. Even if you're not, as the pure listener, even if you're not, able to detect where the tempo is, they're not really straying too far from that a la Meshuggah. Let's say some of the other tracks that I've done where you've just got to hang on and just go, Jesus, where's the one? But you have a sense there because of what's going on, because a lot of their pattern is da da do do da do do da do do da do do da do da do do da do do. Now, so the drums can go ahead and play around behind it. The kick is locking in there. Oh, that bass tone is absolutely sick. But here's what I love about this is that for me, emotionally and mood setting in a track like this is where that really gets an opportunity to sink in and lock into you. And the melodic work that's going on, except for maybe the last maybe 8 bars, maybe 16 bars of what we were hearing, kind of not a lead, but a melodic arrangement, a lot of it are these long, glassy notes. They're not, it's not, they're not doing a solo. They're not, doing any kind of particular lead that would take your attention away from the that kind of pattern that they've got us locked in. And so by allowing that to lock in, and they do these longer notes and these glassier sounds and stuff like that, it penetrates deeper for me. And something that's really cool on this is that melodic lead tone. I use the term glassy because it's not like this overdriven, grainy, tube grindy kind of sound. What I love about it is if you listen to that as you go forward, maybe when you go back and listen to it on your own, you can hear also a really super cool ping delay. So it's really and firing off of both sides. It's very subtle, but it's to add that kind of pensive, ethereal kind of vibe to it, man. I'm just loving the fact that this has not lit up too far and gotten too out there, but I still have another 3 minutes to go, so we'll see. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a real big super trip there. So, oh shit, that right there was the giveaway. For a second, I was gonna say, no, that couldn't have been a synth. And I'm listening to it and stuff, and then that slide, the bass player is just holding it out there. I'm pretty sure it's the bass, I'm not sure. And then I'm going, oh my God, was that a synth they used? Until you heard the slide and the finger, you know, against the string noise and stuff like that. This was, now I'm sure that probably some of the old school fans of Meshuggah probably have a very unique view of what this might represent to them, obviously, because a lot of times we get used to a certain sound from different time periods of bands. As far as I'm concerned, with this video, man, if you're glitching on a heroic dose or something like that, man, this was a sick, sick, sick presentation. Both video and it was like a hypnotic, God, it was like a hypnotic, I want to, help me with a word there, a hypnotic what? Put that in the comments. what would it mean to you? But it was very hypnotic. It wasn't all over the place. It didn't pull me out of a listening experience and trying to decipher chord changes and tempo and meter stuff that they're always so well known for executing. You know, like I said, this is a mood piece. This is one of those sink-in pieces where you're just, you know, zoning into something, be it the video, or if you're not watching it on the video, you're listening to Spotify, you bought the album, whatever, that you're just going to pull back and just let this thing take you wherever it may. For me, I thought this was so badass. Out of all the Meshuggah tracks that I've heard, maybe it's just where I'm at right now with my age and some of the stuff I've been producing, even some of my own backing tracks that I've been writing and putting on this channel has a little bit of the wisdom older guy kind of ethereal vibe to it and stuff. Not as great as this, obviously, but this is I think my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks, top two from Meshuggah. Anyhow, hey, if you're still here, like usual, you know what to type. I'm still here, and you know, if you want to support me with a cup of water, all the links are down below. Excuse me. And if you see that little thank you heart thingy also too, you can just click on that and drop me a couple bucks if you'd like. Or if not, just leave a comment, share it, don't like it, don't share it. I don't know. It's late at night. I'm just happy I had a chance to do this. So you guys take care of yourself. Have a killer day. See ya.